join me on a crisp, cold English winter's day, which is perfect for using, apparently, the everyday Ferrari. This is it. This is a Ferrari, but it's a Ferrari you can use even in crummy conditions like these. It's called the GTC4 Lusso T. It's a 4-seater Ferrari, and this is the everyman version of the everyday Ferrari, if you follow me. Instead of the big V12 engine, it's got a smaller V8. It's a bit cheaper, it's a bit more normal, and I'll tell you what, we'll pull over, I'll talk you through some of the changes between V12 and V8, tell you what it's like, and then we'll head back out for a drive. What makes this then the practical Ferrari? Well, there is this large boot, which is big enough for, I don't know, some baguettes or a couple of sets of golf clubs or something. But it doesn't have a flat floor because this has, as it's a Ferrari, it's sporting, it's got a gearbox at the back, and it's also got the fancy E-diff at the back and some underfloor aerodynamics. But because there's a lighter engine at the front and all that gubbins, what it means is that the weight distribution is 1% further rear biased than in the V12. And it's like 1985, this, isn't it? We're actually going to show you an engine. It's Ferrari's 3.9 litre twin turbocharged V8, which makes 88 horsepower less than the big V12, but because it's turbocharged, it has more torque and it makes it at lower revs. But what I really want to show you is how far behind the axle line it sits, because there's none of that front wheel drive shenanigans, because it's got 4 fewer cylinders, sits well back in the chassis in a way you might, if you like the phrase, not sure I do, call it front mid-engine. But what it should do is give the GTC4T a really sweet handling balance. So what is it like? Well, ergonomically, I'm back up to sort of 50 miles an hour and I'm sitting here and I'm comfortable. Actually, I get a decent view out. This is quite a wide car, no question. Visibility is not great down that sort of left-hand side. Visibility is also not great out of that rear window, which I can't clean because there is no rear wiper, but it's a hatchbacky type window, so when it's got all the salt grime built up on it, as it gets at this time of year, it's just like driving a panel van where you can't see out the back, but only got the door mirrors. But that's okay. It's got 2 seats in the back. They are pretty large, actually, by, well, sort of super coupe standards. Boot's not huge, but the rear seats do split 40-20-40 to turn it into a tiny van if you want to. Well, I've got my slightly off-shaped steering wheel with everything on it. Just everything's on it. Indicators, wipers, pull wiper for the squirt. I've got a headlight main beam and I've got headlight flash. I've got my soft damper mode, got my engine start-stop, and then there's a telephone thing and the voice control, and then the Manettino, from which, unlike in racier Ferraris where you can go from comfort, wet comfort through to track mode, this doesn't have a track mode, it just has wet comfort sport and ESC off, which would be a brave button to push when you've got 600 horsepower on a wet February day. I'm not going to. But what I will use is the bumpy road mode, because although we're in sport, it firms up the dampers. This bumpy road mode just eases the dampers off and lets the GTC4 ride over slightly crummy surfaces like this with a surprising amount of breathing space, actually. There's this sort of minor ripply thing going on all the time, but actually cabin insulation from the ride is really very, very good. It's relatively quiet as well. I mean, I've got the gearbox in auto, it's already changed up to 7th gear at sort of 1500 RPM, so you can't hear the engine at all. If you want to turn it up, you just take it off auto. And then it's a Ferrari V8. And what could be better than that? So although it's short of power compared to the V12, it is not short on torque. Because it's turbocharged, it has even more torque and it makes it at much lower revs. So it's a really easy car to make quick progress with. Because it's a V8, because there isn't that front wheel drive gubbins also going on in front of the larger capacity engine, it's that little bit more agile as well. All that weight that has come out, you could just feel, you don't have to have driven a V12 recently, but you could just feel as you turn even small inputs, it just is that bit more keen to turn, which is really terrific. When you do load it up, it's got that nice front engine rear drive handling balance. It steers well, it stops well. Around town, the carbon ceramic brakes that are standard on all Ferraris, pedal feel isn't that easy to modulate, but once you're up to speed, it's terrific, it really is. So where does that leave the GTC4 Lusso T, other than slightly overnamed. Well, there's not that much around it. You could have an Aston DB11. There's a new Bentley Continental GT coming. They're at slightly different ends of the scale. This is more down towards the Aston. Maybe it's even a bit sportier than the Aston Martin is. I like it. It's got a softer edge than the V12 GTC4. It rides nicely, it steers nicely, it goes nicely, it stops nicely. It looks kind of weird but kind of cool at the same time. There's not a lot else directly around it in the market. I think if you're thinking, yeah, I want as everyday a Ferrari as I can get, but it's also got a sporting edge to it, well then maybe this is the very car for you.